Hey, what is happening, everybody? This is Ish, and I am back with another one of my Madden 15 Ultimate Team reviews. And as you can see, I landed the Jared Allen, put the set together, and now we're going to have the Team of the Week, Richard Sherman, to go across from the Team of the Week, Calvin Johnson, that I reviewed last. So we're taking this guy, we're going to plug him in. Number one, of course, I'm going to move Pat Pete now to the other side. And, you take a look at the stats, and really, Sherman's got some strength on that 70, pretty decent in there. 93 speed's good enough to hold up. 94 acceleration. I think, if he's in the right position, he'll play up with even the fast guys. The 97 jump, and that's just huge. I mean, because with the 6'3", 97 jump, that's the guy you're going to want in every jump ball situation. You know what I mean? And people love to bomb it this year, the face catch and all that. So you got to watch that. He's, and very high, of course, he's going to be on the man coverage. And I really like the 99 stamina. That's always key in these, especially when these guys get drives on you and they can, put you in a spot where you got to go deep on them. You definitely want to have that. And this is the first play I have with him. Cuts in front. This is actually the very first play, and it gets cut in front on there, and he drops the ball. I've heard about the hands on this card, actually, before I picked it up. Here we go, next one, and again, he's a little bit behind, but he had he had coverage over the top on that. Hits the hands, hits the ground. Not really liking that at all, but third time's a charm, I guess. So that time they come in there. He actually puts himself in a good spot, and he basically just mosses the guy, and I think you're going to get that a decent amount of times with him. So that's something to look forward to. And right there, he actually gets out of position. He kind of looked at the underneath route, and the guy beat him on the sideline. I switched to him. I moved a little left, but, he was still out of spot in there. So I noticed that will happen on occasion, but that's going to happen to everybody. Nobody's going to play perfect every single play, even though he's got a pretty good high play rec. And right there, right off the bat, they're breaking up that tackle. I mean, that pass. That's really key there. I mean, the strength kind of shows up in this card. I really wasn't expecting that too much. Like in this game, especially, you'll see his run stopping ability. Just look at that. I've had plenty of corners that played well, and you run at them, and they just get smoked. They just ran over, flattened all the time, and I have yet to see that. He comes in, and there's another play right there where he basically had nobody to cover out on the side. And he allowed that receiver to get in between him and the safety deep. He just didn't recognize what was happening. There's a lot of other players I've seen cut those and make those picks. And I'm sure sometimes he will. And there we go. That's what we want. I'm playing this guy here, this AT Federation guy, totally stacked team. I mean, his team is loaded to the gills. I mean, like the Dan Marino, the Ray Lewis, all the flashback like corners, and wide receivers like this 2010 Mike Wallace with 97 speed, for instance. And now you can see the speed matchup, the 93 versus 97. He did have a step on us, but that's where your 97 jump and 6'3" body frame is going to come in there, And he takes that, and he turns it around and gets it like to 25-26. And here we go, the end of this game, guys. This is pretty clutch. Man coverage against Calvin Johnson, team of the week, and he knocks it out. So I mean, right there, that's first down, already saving me. Because let's see, we got the 3-point lead. We're looking at 3rd and goal now, and watch Calvin on this one. I mean, sorry, Richard on this one. He hurdles the guy and makes the tackle. I mean, that is so clutch right there. I mean, that when I saw that after the game, rewatched it. I mean, that's kind of, for me, I'm like, man, I gotta keep this card because of the fact he's just all around. And I mean, I can't count on other cornerbacks to make plays like that. And there we go, the end of the game. That's not even a blitz. That's just straight up the BCA Justin Smith smoking Upshaw. He just tore him up right there. It's that's been a great card. I got more production out of him than I did when I put in the left end on him, for his flashback. And right there on those little, you get those little stop routes, or corner comeback routes, any of those. They're always going to be tough for the for the AI to stop. They are, if the guy times it right. And here he goes. He tests him deep, and he knocks it down. He wasn't really in possession to get the interception there. So that's what you want to see. Knock it down. And again, that's those comeback routes they're gonna beat you if they time it right, especially with a guy like Michael Irvin. I'm sure there's some you might get, but he comes up, and here he goes, the system with the run. I'm sure you'll get some of those interceptions, but I haven't yet on a comeback. And again here, just he gets off the block, and I basically pull him on the outside because I want to force the runners into where my high hit power guys are. You know, that's my theory on that one, and it works. Eric Reed hits him, and guys, get the Eric Reed card. Oh my God, he kills people every game, it seems. And there he goes deep, and that's the AI there. Okay, guys, that was the AI. I didn't switch on Sherman there. He's in position, and I don't know how he didn't catch that. I don't even get that. So he's still, you know, he's still going to miss some on occasion. And we're going deep there at the end of the game, and he didn't get the jump animation, but he kind of stopped, and really would have been a pass interference in a real, you know, game, but it was enough to bump him out the route. So I guess, you know, it still worked. And that's just me, you know, Jamal finished that game up, wrapped it up. And here we go. This is going to be the gameplay. This one we're going to do the gameplay on. I ended up running across the number 9 player on the Xbox One, this USC Trojans. He seemed to be a pretty cool cat, man. He was, I guess he streamed this one. I didn't really know at the time that was going on. I really wasn't too aware of that. I don't really know all the players. I kind of found out afterwards. You know, so this was a good matchup. I figured this would be the one worth checking out. He starts down, and you know he's driving pretty good. You know, as I would be expected in there. I'm not even running. I'm running a lot of base, and Justice Smith comes in, and somehow Derek Carr, you know, he's just a beast in this game for some reason. The Rising Star apparently gets that off. He should have been punting, but you know instead he gets the field goal out of that. So. But you know, at that point, I'm happy. I'm just happy I stopped the guy for 3. You know, so you know, any game, anybody I play, you know what I mean. If they don't score a touch, it's all right. And I come out, and he's you know, he seems to run a lot, man, you know, and he's got a good user. I'm seeing that early. So this guy, I definitely don't want to be testing it much because you know he's pretty much going to be in my lanes a lot of the game, and I'll take some coverage sacks because of that. He'll lock on the guy that's going to be open, and on that one right there, I saw the one-on-one coverage, and somehow I threw a bullet instead of lobbing it. I couldn't believe it. I could have swore I hit a lob, but either way, you know, I would have had that beat more than likely down, and I throw a pick there. So put myself, you know, just like the real Cardinals, put my defense in a bad spot early on, and we're gonna hope we can hold up against the guy, you know. And we end up doing it and holding for 3. So at this point, I still feel like it's, you know, it's not horrible. It's not a loss, obviously. But you know, it's twice down there, and there's another coverage sack. The only guy who was open there, I mean, his guys are blanketing me, but the only guy who was open there, he was in perfect user for the pick, so I couldn't throw the ball. And you know, I'm not looking to run really. I just, you know, not very often. I'm really not. So I'm in a bad spot there. I throw deep because Calvin just catches those guys. If you position right, you know, you're gonna win that. And if you've seen any of the last videos, you see me tinkering with this Freddie B screen. Well, this time it hit it to perfection. I mean, look at that. That was just a thing of beauty. I was proud of that one when I hit it. You know. I've actually hit some other ones, other games from pretty long. I got like an 85-yard touchdown in the last one, but that one's still my favorite one. You know, just because it's one of those I've learned, just don't hit the speed burst going through, and it helps a ton. I mean, because it really kills your navigation. You know, you really got to get through the bodies in this game before you hit that speed burst. You know, that's just what I find. That's what my good Jamal Charles runs are like. That, you know, the and of course that screen that is there and another place. But here he goes again, and he's user in the spot I want. You know, and I take another sack. So I mean, I've got the Cutler to Johnson connection, and boom.
My God.
So I've got a chance now for a field goal going in, and I can go up 10-6 here. So, you know, we've got to take advantage, and I don't. I make a big mistake, and I do throw it to the user this time. You know, I made a point not to try to do it before when the guy's sitting there, but you know, and I just pressed instead of just playing smart, you know, and taking the 3. And he comes up, and he's going to throw on Sherman at the very end, and he turns around, and after all the moss and I do to him, he gets my Sherman. So that's 1 second left. He gets the timeout. Just a rough turnaround. I was supposed to be up, you know, 10-6, and now it's him up 9-7. So hey, and Blitnikoff wants his share of mossing in. Okay, that was a risky, bad throw. I admit that one, but the Cutler pass and Blitnikoff, they saved me. And there we go. But this one's not. That's a well set up design play that I run. Hit that one on the money, and You know, he's like, this was rough in there. He's actually got the good man. I mean, there's not many people you come across who can run a man, and he really likes to run the one spy himself in there. So he'll monitor the middle, and he's pretty good at picking those up. And here's Jamal fighting for me right there. Get me the extra yard so I don't have to go for it on 4th down. And we're feeling good on this drive. You know, I moved it down very well. And there I beat him with Freddie B. A big game for Freddie in there. You know, a couple big plays for me. So there we go, 14-9, and right off the bat, I give up this big one. And, you know, luckily Sherman, here we go. Sherman comes across, and he's there to save my ass. So, you know, aside from, you know, it doesn't quite make up for him giving up that pass at the end of the half, but, you know, we'll take it now. And there's my break with a fumble, but that goes out of bounds. So, right here, this is a total brain fart on my part. I come out in pass coverage. That was cover 2, and I mean, sorry, run defense, and he's in total pass, and I didn't make the audible. But Terrell Suggs saves me right there, guys. Big. That card is so great for. I mean, I play against him. He does this to me. Oh my goodness! And Freddie B saves the day. That would have been it. That would have been the game, more than likely. So I've got life. I've got to make this count. 2nd and 16, and I force a ball deep. Oh my goodness! You know, I seen the guy come. I just want to get rid of it, but you know, I need to maybe start picking up rolling out more or something, because I don't. You know, I don't leave the pocket much. And here we go, and he's got me covered again. Oh, finally I wise up and take the middle. Oh, Jay Cuddy. All right, there we go, man. No, that was not even planned. And there we go. The quick widescreen. I don't run it off in once. I had one failed one earlier in the game, but it was perfect right there. Big play for Calvin. See him run that stiff arm too, and his arm goes behind him on the glitch. And there it was right there, 3rd and 7. And that's why I got Gronkowski. You know, he's got a corner on him. Gronkowski's faced up on him, and you're not going to get in front of him. He's going to make the catch most of the time. And you know, I nailed the kick. Luckily, didn't choke it. And I'm going to put a link down to this guy's his live stream feed, and just to take note, I guess he had sold a bunch of players off his squad. He had a 92, and I guess he was down to an 87. You know, he got the 99 Sherm. He had, you know, that T Sizzle, and he had the beastly Derek Carr. But you know, he sold a bunch of players, I guess. So just to take note of that after you watch a couple of these Freddie B bonus screens. And I'm going to say overall, I've been pretty happy with the Sherman. You know, a couple of those easy drops, but I guess everybody's going to have that. So what are you going to do there? But that height, size, speed combo with the run stout, I'm going to stick with that card. So I'm going to recommend it. If you can't afford them, get the Jimmy Smith at Ravens MVP. But otherwise, thank you guys for checking this out. Again, I appreciate it. And we'll check you later.